All right, welcome back to the Vi Media channel. My name is Eric Brown. I am president at Vi Media. We are a digital marketing company, and today we are talking about some few updates that you guys should all know about if you're in marketing, if you're a business owner, if you just like knowing about this stuff and researching this stuff, if you're an entrepreneur, etc. This is going to be important for you to know. So last week I talked a lot about AI search, or maybe that was 2 weeks ago. A lot about AI search and how, everyone's saying essentially SEO is dead, but I gave a good explanation as to why SEO is not dead. So if you want to learn more about that, go back and check that video out from, I believe, 2 weeks ago. Um, but I wanted to go into a little bit of AI, talk about content strategy, some update on consumer behaviors, things like that, that we're going to be looking at over, really trending over the next, couple of years. So, first thing is AI. Obviously, it's revolutionized digital marketing. It's allowing us to do a lot, our marketing agency, to enable, things like advanced personalization, automating repetitive tasks and enhancing data analysis. So it's been super useful for us. It's been very useful for our clients, of course, as well. Um, and it's still saying that, according to the Digital Marketing Institute, that half of businesses are still not using generative AI. So obviously, there's a big gap in adoption. And I just want to say that if you're one of these businesses that has not implemented AI into your business, please do so before you're left behind. Um, so we need to look at how we can leverage that stuff. From a marketing perspective, we can leverage it, for content creation, of course, first and foremost, which when it comes to businesses, I think is the most daunting task, posting on social media, getting photos, getting videos, things like this. Using it for audience segmentation, of course, being able to help with ad optimization and, leveraging really efficiency, for us. So, and then obviously just from a business owner standpoint, you know, automating in AI tasks like obviously email marketing, freeing up teams to do more strategic work instead of focusing on the tasks that realistically they don't need to be doing. We have obviously a large influx, and this is going to continue in social media. Obviously, consumer behavior is shifting, and we've seen this. And this isn't really news to anyone, with social media and voice search becoming primary ways to find information. 56% of Gen Zs and 43% of millennials find social media content more relevant than traditional TV and movies, underscoring obviously the platform's influence. Um, so, what do we need to be doing as marketers? What do we need to be doing as business owners? We need to be optimizing content for social media and voice search. Voice search really less important because if you're really focused on, SEO and how people are searching for your type of business, more likely than not, um, when it comes to what people search versus what they say when they're searching, right? Typing versus speaking, it's going to be pretty similar. Um, you might just add in a couple of words when you're talking to it, but for the most part, instead of just typing in best roofing company St. Louis, it's hey Siri, what's the best roofing company in St. Louis? Or ChatGPT, of course, Siri is now going to tell me this. And so being able to obviously leverage these social media platforms in order for your business to take, really advantage, and also again not to be left behind, because more and more so, this is where people my age and younger, and even older than me, are going, to find content, to find news, to find information, etc. Short form videos, and I've talked a lot about this in the past as well. We have videos that just highlight specifically social media and creating content. For videos, for video. So short form video content is obviously super important, and long form as well. But really being able to cut that stuff up into easily digestible time frames is going to be important. Marketing efforts should start and lead should start and end on leading social platforms. Creators obviously are taking a key role in driving engagement. Um, let's talk about zero click searches. So this is a big thing, um, that I think really isn't talked about as much as it needs to be. So, the rise of zero click searches, where fewer than 60% of Google searches lead to clicks. This is a significant trend in 2025. Obviously, a lot of it has to do with the AI features itself, right? So, this is where I've talked about in the past how, it's not so much local businesses or even some specialty construction, B2B, things like that, that are really going to be as affected by this as those companies that are really more so focused on news, journalism, etc. Information, right? But if you're a local company, right, restaurant or roofer, electrician, or chiropractor, or whatever it is, um, you obviously you want to make sure that you're going to be able to get clicks from those people searching for obviously what you do. Um, so what we're kind of looking at is Smart Insights highlights that 90% of keyword searches featured related questions in SERPs, emphasizing the need for content that provides immediate value. And this goes back to both your landing pages that you're using for either ads, and then of course SEO as well on the website. This is where it comes into. So the trend known as zero click marketing focuses on awareness, brand building, and PR rather than driving direct traffic. Marketers must review content quality and distribution techniques using tools like content marketing matrices to optimize for SERPs, right? For search engine rankings positions. So what should we focus on? We want to be focusing on creating high quality, answer focused content that appears in search engine rankings. Features like People Who Ask or featured snippets. This approach can increase visibility and establish, obviously, your business as a thought leader, as an expert, especially in the niche of whatever you do. Uh, Obviously, we have new advertising channels popping up as well. Retail media networks, I think, are going to be very large over the next couple of years. They're, emerging right now as a powerful advertising channel, and really, this isn't new news as well. But we want to keep this in mind, and it's offering brands highly targeted reach through retailer-operated platforms. Kantar predicts that RMNs will account for almost a quarter of U.S. ad media spend by 2028, leveraging first-party data for precise targeting and personalized marketing. Right. Uh, this trend is particularly relevant for consumer packaged good brands, with 41% of marketers globally planning to increase investment in the retail space in 2025. So, obviously, this isn't for all businesses, but for the most part, if you are selling, products online, then you need to keep this in mind. Obviously, you're going to have the ability to leverage detailed consumer insights to optimize ad spend, improve campaign effectiveness from a full funnel marketing aspect, not just short-term play. So far, AI and automation powers 70% of strategies. It can enhance content creation, audience targeting, and obviously just automating your business as well. Social media and voice search. Again, 40% of Gen Z uses social for searches. They are searching directly on these social media platforms, which goes back to making sure that you're having content on social platforms that really align also with, some of the SEO work that you're doing on the website as well, right? If you can bring that all together, that is going to be the best thing. So, obviously, we talked about zero click searches, retail media networks. Now, the next thing, and we have talked about this on this channel before as well, but data privacy, right? That's a huge concern when it comes to consumers. And of course, we're increasing in regulation and consumer expectations. They want transparency. So the delay in phasing out third-party cookies announced by Google in 2024 reduces the immediate need for alternatives, but first-party data is becoming more valuable, and this goes back to the retail marketing networks I was talking about before, right? Because you're able to get their specific data that they have on their own consumers. Um, so marketers must build trust by being transparent about data usage while delivering personalized experiences, especially as privacy changes put media effectiveness in the spotlight. So for, Vi Media, for example, what we want to do is prioritize data privacy and building first party data strategies that can strengthen audience relationships. Main goal. And obviously, we want to leverage consumer insights to optimize ad spend and improve campaign effectiveness. But you want to ride a fine line. You want to ride a fine line. So, there's a lot that businesses can do now and that they should be doing right now that's going to make it effective, their marketing strategy more effective online. And I think a lot of it has to do with, just here's an example that you can use is okay, I am let's say I am a roofing company. So what I would do is I'd go to Grok or I'd go to ChatGPT or something like that. And I would look at what is trending specifically in this segment of my business. What are people searching for? What is trending? What are people talking about online? And be able to get ideas on what people are already talking about online, what they're already searching for, and then go ahead and create content relevant directly around that. Because as we talked about before, Gen Z is going to be directly looking for that stuff online. And of course, even older segment of the population are as well. So if you're creating that short form content, if you're creating those videos, if you're creating those informative posts, right? You are telling those social media platforms, just like Google, when it comes to SEO, that hey, we're talking about this, on our page. And if you're looking for this, boom, we have content specifically for that. And the same thing when it goes to Google. Hey, not only did we upload this onto YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and X and everything else, but we also have a page for it on our website as well. We're specifically talking about what we're talking about in the video. That way, if anyone's on Google looking for that exact same thing that they would have been looking on from a marketing perspective, if they're Googling it or Binging it or whatever it is, now that you have now you have the ability for them to actually find you through search as well. So it's combining all of these efforts into one to be able to obviously push your business forward, not only from a branding perspective and really becoming the expert, becoming an authority figure in what you do and in your business, but also ensuring that people are going to more likely be able to find you by searching for exactly the services or products that you offer because you are taking what people are already searching for and creating relevant content directly around that. Simple as that. As simple as that is, right? And if, there's specific ways that makes it a little bit easier to like ask, Grok and these platforms questions, to be able to prompt them and give you really good ideas. Cause of course, the last thing you want to do is, go and use these platforms and then just be creating the same content that all the other 100 roofing companies across the US or thousands realistically are using, to create content. So you still need a differentiating factor. And we talked about that actually in last week's video where we talked really about, developing a story for your business. What makes you different? Why should someone use you over, your competitor that's down the street? So if you want to learn more about that, check out our video from last week and look at new advertising opportunities for your business. Where can what is something maybe you've done in the past that didn't work? Why didn't it work? Figure out if you can make it work. Or maybe it's just a marketing channel you've never used before or just haven't taken full effectiveness of that platform itself. So there's new ways coming out to be able to market to, who would be our customers for our businesses, right? There's a lot of tools now that are making our lives easier as business owners by automating a lot of these processes and to do tasks that realistically, is just busy work at the end of the day. Go ahead and automate that. That way, your team and yourself, can actually more so focus on the stuff that's actually growing the business and making the business money. All right, that's all the time we have for today. However, we will be back next week. Of course, as always, please like, review, subscribe, leave a comment. We appreciate everyone's support. You can reach out to us directly through any of our platforms or wherever you're watching this now, because, of course, we release this on YouTube, Spotify, across the board. So you can listen to this wherever you listen to podcasts. And you can also reach out to myself, Eric Kempf Brown, across any of the platforms. Give me a search. Feel free to shoot me a message. I'm here to help. We'll see y'all next week. Thank you.